Lieberman-Wang and Yardley Wang. They've been with the company since 2002. They live in North Jersey. They're field vice presidents. What field vice president means, they earn between $36,000 and $45,000 in a 4-week pay period. Guys, that's some serious money. And they're multi-million-dollar club members with the company, and they're part of the advisory council. And the advisory council is where they're hand-selected by the company president, CEO, and selects a handful of people to work closely with them. So they're very honored and humbled to be a part of that. But with further ado, I want to introduce tonight's speakers, Lisa Lieberman-Wang and Yardley Wang.
Well, I want to welcome everybody here this evening and talk to you about the unfranchised business development system and a way for you to make an additional income that can either subsidize what you're doing or replace what you're presently doing. Market America has been around since 1992, and Market America's mission is to provide a system where entrepreneurs to create an ongoing income while providing consumers worldwide with a better way to shop. Through revolutionary technology and the power of people, we're creating the economy of the future. We're headquartered in Greensboro, North Carolina. We have a 180,000 square foot facility there with hundreds of employees in different locations we'll share with you in a moment. Founded in 1992, Market America is a product brokerage and internet marketing company that specializes in social shopping. Now, so many people are online today. We know it's almost second nature of just shopping online. But more than 3 million registered customers with our company. We've done over $4.1 billion in accumulated retail sales. And since 1992, individuals like you and I have earned over $2.3 billion. That, to me, is what I'm most excited about, to see that there's a lot of people making a lot of money. Now, our company employs over 675 people globally with international operations in the United States, Australia, Canada, Hong Kong, Taiwan, the Philippines, United Kingdom, and Mexico. And we just keep growing and growing and growing, so the possibilities will be endless for those that see the vision today. As our company is going to be, we're going to be giving you information on our company, I think it's important for you to know where we came from or some other statistics, not just Market America, and to understand some numbers that are available to us. There's something called the 45-year plan, and most of us don't even know that we've signed up for it, but it's actually from the age of 20 years old to 65. They usually say we're going to work till we're 65. At least that's what we used to say when Social Security was paying out at 65, and now we know it's 67 and a half. Well, they did some studies, and these were by the Dorney economic tables. This was not Market America, and found that for every 100 people who reached the age of 65, that only one was wealthy. These were the rare few that were making 6 figures when they stopped working, which obviously meant they had to be making it when they were working. But these are the ones that we know as like the Oprahs and the Lee Iacocca's and the big names out there. They're not usually your neighbors. 4 people financially fit. 4 people, really those are the ones making 6 figures when they stopped working. The wealthy were crazy wealthy. And then there were 5 people still working at 65, and either they had to or they wanted to. But this is where the numbers changed. 28% were dead, and 62% were flat broke by the time they reached 65. When you look at those numbers and you see it, you realize that by the time most people reach the age of 65, 95% of the people really have never reached any success, and 5% have. And you have to look at it and you say, well, if that's really the statistics where they're not really succeeding, where do you fit in that category? Are you in a position where flat broke is considered that you cannot write a $300 check and have it clear? A lot of times it's people who end up living on welfare or end up living subsidized living or moving back with their kids, and that's how they're being supported. You know, I looked at the numbers once and I said, you know, where is it that we've even been taught this in college or school to understand how it's worked out? When you look at it, it looks like a pyramid where most people aren't succeeding and only a few are. So you have to ask yourself, what are your options? How do you get to the top? How is it that the top 5% have succeeded? How do you get there? Well, you have a lot of options. We looked at some of the situations that we were in. We had heard about the company years and years ago, and actually we were consumers since 1993. and we love the products, but really we're never looking for the business. And it wasn't until 2002 that we decided to make this a business, and we had gotten caught up where a lot of the other people did, where they thought everything was going to be great and the economy changed and so did job security, and we were looking for something. And when we were looking for the options. And you might be in a position that you already have a job and you're just trying to get ahead, or if you're living paycheck to paycheck now, then there's already a challenge, because if that paycheck stopped, you'd be in trouble. And we saw that where we were very comfortable, so we thought we were, but we were living within our means, and all of a sudden things happened. We got hurt by the stock market, job security after 9/11 changed, and we needed to look for something. And some of the things we looked at is, though, you can work more hours, but a lot of times if you're on a fixed income, it doesn't mean you're going to be able to get ahead when you do the math. Get a second job. Well, a lot of times you can't even find a job in your main field, let alone a second job. And if you're working at a good job, I know people that have incredible careers, and in the evenings they're working at $10 an hour. It's like a fraction of what they make during the day, so I don't know how you get ahead with that. And most people's first jobs are not even 40 hours anymore, they're like 60 hours. And you can own, and you get paid for 40, right? You can own your own business. Well, we had looked at those as options, and most traditional businesses are out there. It costs a lot of money to do that, and then there's no guarantee and there's no income for a while because you're supporting the business. And talk about hours you need to put in. If you're doing this as an additional income, if you don't have part-time, how are you going to do full-time for a business? What about owning a franchise? The average franchise today costs about $150,000 just to open the doors, and that just opens the doors, and then you get to pay royalties even before you get paid. And if you really want a successful franchise, you have to look at the higher ticket ones, because those have the best probability for success. What other options do you have to get to the top 5%? Well, you can make investments, and that's pretty much why I even looked at Market America, because my investments were in the dot-coms and in technology, because that's what I knew. My background was IBM and MCI, and my husband's background was with PricewaterhouseCoopers, and he was a computer consultant, so we both were techies. We invested in companies that we worked for and with, and one of the investments I had was with MCI WorldCom, and it turned out WorldCom went bankrupt and didn't choose to tell us they were going to do that, so we saw our life savings go to nothing overnight, and it got to the point where we didn't know where to put our money, so investments wasn't something we were looking for. And then inheritance. Well, we were at the point where we were in debt, didn't know what we were going to do, where the money was going to come when we started looking for something. And I don't know where you are, but I looked at inheritance and I saw there was no money coming down from the tree, so I realized that wasn't an option. And then my husband had shared with me after his contract ending, he said that he couldn't get a job in his field because as a consultant in mainframe programming, there were so many people already on the bench not working. He said the only way you can get a job is to go back to school. Then you're looking at entry level and investing more in an education. And of course, the other option is you can hit the lottery, but they say we have a better chance of getting hit by lightning than winning the lottery. So what are your options for earning additional income today? Think about it. I mean, it's like unless you're giving up something, how are you going to do that? And is it really going to get you ahead? Well, they found that 95% of the people spend up to 45 years of their lives making the other 5% successful. What they're saying is they found that 3 out of 4 of the people who have gotten to the top 5% did so owning or operating their own business. So that should leave you a clue, owning your own business. But they work to plan for someone else's financial success, not their own. That's what most people do. Well, if you want to own your own business, do you have 100 hours a week to do that? Is that really something feasible? Because that's what most people do. So how do you get to the top 5% without giving up everything? Well, we have something that was absolutely phenomenal, and it was flawless. I mean, I really mean flawless. It's a plan for your financial success. It starts out that it's a 2 to 3 year plan. It's not a get-rich plan. It's not a yesterday plan. It's a 2 to 3 year proven business plan where you work part-time. Yes, I said part-time. That's 10 to 15 flexible hours a week, where you can build a business. It's an unfranchised business development center where you can earn $300 to $3,600 a week per business you own. It's very similar to a franchise. We can own multiple businesses where you literally have a whole business in a box with everything given to you, just like a franchise with systemized, standardized, uniform philosophy, their state-of-the-art management systems, merchandising techniques, growing visibility, can own multiple business locations, and we have a standardized training system. But unlike a franchise, there's no franchise fees to pay, there's no monthly royalties. As a matter of fact, they pay us. There's no territory restrictions. You can move anywhere you want. You can start part-time with flexible hours. You don't have to give up what you're presently doing. There's minimal startup expenses plus unbelievable tax advantages. Speak to your accountant. You can get up to 30% back of the taxes you're paying just to start up your own business. And there's really little or no risk because we're going to show you how you'll be able to do what you do every single day and get paid for it. And plus, we have sent a willable, transferable asset to your family, which is pretty exciting, where you can leave a legacy for your family. There's two ways to earn income in our business. The first is to provide products and services where we service 10 to 15 preferred customers that come back every month. The best thing about the services we provide is that they're consumable products and people run out, so you don't need hundreds and thousands of customers to be able to make really unbelievable money. You'll be able to earn 30 to 1,000% gross retail profit on the products that you're supporting and sharing, and they're all competitively priced to what the market bears in those industries. You can also leverage your time by duplicating your efforts in developing and managing only 2 sales distribution channels to be able to make, like I said, $300 to $3,600 per week. That's $187,000 per year per business you own. So how do you do this? Where does it come from? Well, first you have to ask yourself the big question. Is the 45-year plan working for you, or would you like to try to 2 to 3? Or what if the 45-year plan that they tell you you're going to work for the next 45 years and you're going to be able to be rich and retire comfortably did not work, where most people find out where it's a little bit too late, and I don't know where you are in that plan. But let's just say that they both work. Let's say the 45-year plan worked, which we saw 95% are not succeeding. We know it doesn't, but let's make believe it does. If the 45-year plan worked and the 2 to 3 year plan worked, which would you prefer? Now, if you're still thinking about it, I'll repeat it. If the 45-year plan worked and the 2 to 3 year plan worked, which would you prefer? I hope you say 2 to 3 year plan, because even if the 2 to 3 year plan didn't work in 2 to 3 years, you can do it over again. If the 45-year plan doesn't work, can you do that over again? You know, to me, we were already too old to think that we're going to do it over again. We needed something yesterday. And Market America gave us that vehicle. And I had said to my husband, well, if the 2 to 3 year plan doesn't work, even if it took us 6 years to be able to make a significant income, whether it was $300 a week or $3,000 a week, the difference is in any job that we've ever worked, when we stopped working, the money stopped coming in. With this business plan, with Market America's 2 to 3 year plan, you can actually build a business for the next 2 to 3 years that will pay you for a lifetime, unlike anything we've had in a traditional business environment or job environment. So we're going to show you what a 2 to 3 year plan can work, how it can work for you, and that is with Market America's vehicle. Market America is a product brokerage company. We've identified the latest market trends. We've eliminated the burdens of manufacturing. We move with the marketplace, and we don't rely on any one product or service when we're building our business. The best part about that is if we were selling typewriters, we'd be out of business because typewriters are no longer available. So we've always moved with the trends, found out what's hot and what's not, and brought the best products to market. And because we're making exclusive agreements with the manufacturers, we're not tied to any inventory or anything else that we have to sell antiquated products. So we'll always have the best of the best and get rid of the rest. Market America's Mall Without Walls is really because of the fact that we can move with the different trends and bring in the best from all these different industries. We have hundreds of exclusive products and services, and we have access to multi-billion-dollar markets. And we're going to go through some of them this evening with you. The multi-billion-dollar markets are really stuff you're spending money on every single day. We're going to show you how what you do every day, if you're not doing it the Market America way, might be costing you money versus saving you and making you money. If you're spending money on health and nutrition, if you don't want to get old or you want to get old gracefully and using anti-aging products, if you love cosmetics and you're using personal care products in your home for your showers, for your hair, for your skin, you know people looking to lose weight or you want to lose weight, you know anybody working with financial services looking to save money on their mortgage or be able to pay down their debt, if you know anybody or yourself who has a home or garden and is using products in their home, or people with pets or yourself, or anybody shopping online or looking for auto care, we've already identified markets where people are spending billions of dollars in each industry alone. The best thing is that you can actually be part of all of it and benefit, or you can just pick parts. And we're going to show you how that works. We have our own exclusive MA brands, from isotonics to heart health to nutrimetrics to fix to motives to our snap line, and we're going to share some of them with you specifically. With over 2,500 products, I speak quickly but not that quickly, so we're only going to tap on it, and I'm going to encourage you to go on to the site that of your friend who invited you and learn more afterwards. The first store we have is our isotonic stores, the world's most advanced nutraceuticals. It is the highest form of nutraceuticals you can get without a prescription. Our isotonics are vitamins that are powdered vitamins. You add water, you drink it on an empty stomach, and it gives you 95% bioavailability. What that means is it's the closest thing you're going to get to like IV therapy. If you ever had to go to the hospital, they give you an IV versus a pill because they want it to be delivered quickly. This is the same idea. Isotonics is exceptional. We cover all kinds of areas, from calciums to multis to minerals to vitamin C, Bs, multivitamins, digestive enzymes, ORAC, just all the different ones. But my favorite happens to be our OPC3. We have the only pycnogenol, trademark pycnogenol in the world in isotonic form, and it's a potent antioxidant. It promotes cardiovascular and joint health. It helps maintain healthy cholesterol, blood glucose levels, supports normal blood vessel functions. But for me, in English, what it did is it helped me get off 12 prescription drugs, and that's how I was introduced to some of the products. And that product specifically I've been on since 1994 when it was introduced. And OPC is phenomenal. It got me off medications for high blood pressure, asthma, allergies, for antidepressant, for oh my God, so many different things. It's, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, and I found out, and I realized that we were able to increase my dosage and help there. So if you know people with different challenges, it helps with over 60 symptoms of free radical damage, and it's just because it's cleaning the blood so your body can function well, and it takes away all the pollutants that we get from the sun, preservatives in foods, the smoke and all the pollution we have that actually breaks our body down. So this is just one exceptional product. At the very least, you're going to want to check that out. And then in our health and nutrition line, we have products like aloe for indigestion, to make you regular, for anti-acid, ulcers. We have heart health products, the most incredible fish oils from small fish, where we don't have the threat of mercury and other things. We're taking them out early. We have things for cholesterol. We have our mocha tonics, which is exceptional to give you energy and also helps with promoting brain acuity and giving you one added benefit of burning fat, which I like that piece. We have our torch products for exercise. We'll get you to a great metabolic rate to get the best workout you've ever gotten, as well as our complete greens, our bliss. I call it the Don't Worry, Be Happy vitamin. It's phenomenal for anti-stress, as well as our curcumin and cognitin. We have a line of isotonics, which is private label for healthcare professionals. We have thousands of healthcare professionals working with us, where they're now able to work with their patients to give them a higher quality care. Instead of sending them out to a vitamin store not knowing what they're getting, they can give them a private label line just available for the healthcare professionals. We're accredited with the American Medical Association to even offer our doctors CME, CEUs, and CEs in our healthcare professionals. So that's pretty exceptional. We came out with a new product called Intense FX. If you want energy, this product is packed with the energy and the price point you cannot even believe. There are products out there that cost 5 times more than what this does, and this gives you the energy and takes care of your day. So if you want that quick release energy, you want Intense FX. We have a weight management program, second to none, which works on low glycemic index, with a phenomenal website to support our clients, to be able to get them a way of life, not a diet, with everything from menus and support and recipes and communities, as well as other kinds of tools to keep them on track, and supplements to help them bring to the best weight they can and to get the metabolism moving the way it should have been. Anti-aging products from our Prime to Timeless Prescription, Pentaxil, our Cellular Labs. Some of these products you might see similar types of products that you'll see several times more expensive in the department stores. We're high quality products at a consumable price because we're not paying for the middleman. We don't have to pay for the housing of it and the packaging and all the other stuff. We become the marketers, and because of it we can compete like no others. Our Pentaxil competes with a product called Strivectin, and we're the only other company that has the patent of the MDI phosphate in it. And I think I said that wrong, but I'm okay with that, as well as other ingredients that make it exceptional to get rid of the fine lines and wrinkles. The Cellular Labs is a very high-end skincare line that is exceptional, and you'll find out more. Our cosmetics are awesome. This is where I met my husband. You know, we were in a cosmetic class learning about custom blending foundation where it can match skin color, and all he kept saying is, I want to do you, I want to do you. Yes. He wanted to do my foundation, so it was kind of funny, but we learned all about the skincare line, and every woman you know is spending money. They say it's one of the 3 recession-proof industries is cosmetics, because even when things are bad, we'll still find the money for our lipstick or our mascara, so it's a phenomenal industry. And Motives by Lauren Weidinger has been written up in press all over the place, not paid for, but it's been in Cosmopolitan and in Elle magazine and everything else, winning awards all over the place. So you can check that out at motivescosmetics.com and see some of the things out there. We have personal care line products that you use in the bathroom for showers and baths, and hair products and other skin products. We have personal care for fixing your hair where you're coloring, you need to fix it, for fixing nips and tucks and tightening and sculpting. But we have all kinds of different products to fix whatever you need to fix. We have Snap products. It's the Snap to clean your home with concentrated, environmentally friendly products, which are awesome. I love the heavy-duty concentrate. And also the AutoWorks products, which are phenomenal to be able to take care of any part of detailing your car. Our pet health products, it turned out that our isotonic line was so popular, people were giving it to their pets, that the company was able to mass customize a product just for pets. And we have OPC for pets, as well as with glucosamine in it, and also multivitamins. So we are really taking care of our animals, and also shampoos and other products for them. Another industry of which we've really tapped into, one of my favorites along with the isotonics, is the Web Center solution. We partner with a company that's hosting tens of thousands of sites, which supplies us with phenomenal salespeople, support, custom design services for our customers, where we can offer beautiful websites to businesses, small and large, that can actually have an internet presence and the support, and all we need to do is set appointments with the business owners, and they'll provide the salespeople to sell the site to them, and we can make anywhere from a couple hundred to a couple $1,000s for setting a qualified appointment. I think that's a great hour, don't you? And also we have financial services where we can help people get down their debt, as I said earlier, and also consolidate debts and know what to pay. It's kind of a GPS for your financial services to bring you down to zero, where you can take a 30-year mortgage and bring it down to 7 years or even faster, whatever it is you want. It's something I think everybody should consider doing. Most people don't know that they're paying the house 3 times over. This will give you the route, not just for that, but also the debt you've incurred and how to bring it down to zero and see what really you're spending on the interest and what you need to pay next. It is a brilliant, brilliant program. We have another division called Concord Entertainment, where we offer the best artist development opportunity through unlabeled owner or a certified artist developer, where you can actually help an artist become successful and build their business and get a fan base immediately within the Market America world on Concord Entertainment. All these industries are businesses within themselves. They're also under the same umbrella. So you might have an interest in working with cosmetics, and someone else might have an interest with nutrition, and someone else might be interested in internet services. Each one is a business within itself, but they're all a business underneath one umbrella where you can also have bits and pieces of services you can support to different customers. But again, we're just talking about developing 10 to 15 good qualified customers, not about getting hundreds and hundreds, but we're going to show you how a lot of people doing a little bit can mean a lot for you and the other individuals. As an internet marketing company, the web portal combined with Market America's People's Power provides the most efficient and friendliest experience found anywhere on the internet. With our acquisition of Shop.com, we have just blown away the house because Shop.com brought to us another 3 million customers, and Market America does not sell directly to the end consumer. They only go through independent shop consultants like us, and all those customers have to go to someone, and it ends up it could be you. So it's pretty exciting to see that you can own an unbelievable website worth multi-millions of dollars for minimal investment, where you can actually have millions of products and services, offer comparison shopping, and have hot deals where we have thousands of threads of hot deals coming to our site every single day. So if you're shopping at one of your favorite stores and there's a coupon, we'll bring you the coupon. And coming soon will be a coupon buddy where there'll be a download application that somebody could be shopping, and it will pop up these specials that they might not even be aware of before they check out. We offer cashback programs I'll share with you in a moment, blogs and videos, entertainment, social networking, even customized nutrition where maybe you're looking for what supplements would be best for you. You can take a free NutriPhysical on the website of the person who invited you, and you can find out what supplements would be best for you, and we'll even custom formulate a custom cocktail isotonics for you with your name on it. MA Travel, we partner with Travelocity, where we'll show you how to get cash back even from some place that's giving you bargains, gift cards and certificates, and thousands of partner stores. There is so much to get, and even more, you get paid to shop. Yes, you get cash back for shopping. You might be shopping at some of your favorite stores already, like Black & White House or Home Depot or Lowe's or Victoria's Secrets or drugstore.com. But if you're not shopping through a shop.com site powered by Market America, you're missing the opportunity to earn up to 50% cash back for purchasing Market America branded products and those from our partner stores where you see the logo. You get a 0.5% on every referral you refer for life. So if you refer your friends to shop on that site, you can get a 0.5% on what they shop on as well. So can you imagine shopping at the Gap or Kohl's or Banana Republic for your apparel, or going to any department store? You're already going to Walmart. We're the only company they've ever partnered with where they give 3% cash back for all your shopping. So if you love Walmart, at the very least, become a preferred customer of the person who invited you, and you'll be getting an additional 3% cash back on all your shopping when you shop through their site. Still the same great prices. We do not inflate any prices. Walmart just rewards us for bringing traffic, and we reward you for coming there, coming through us. So whenever you're looking the next time, check out our site. We have over 3,500 partner stores. It might be somewhere you're already shopping and you're leaving money on the table. Like I said, doing what you do every single day, but now have a way to get paid for it. So start checking it out on the internet, on one of our sites, and see how much more money you can save. It was interesting. I did a little test, and I realized that since the cashback program started, we pretty much have saved $1 a day just by shopping off our portal. That is hundreds and hundreds of dollars that we put back in our pocket instead of throwing out, and we're going to show you how you can do that. And in order to do that, you need to know where we came from, and to share with you where we came from before we show what we are, I'm going to bring my other half, Yardley Wang, to share that with you.
So basically, every 10 to 20 years, there's different marketing trends, or what we call paradigm shifts, that occur in the market. So we go back into the 1930s, we had direct sales where people were selling their wares one-on-one, where they're knocking on people's doorsteps. And then from there, we moved into the 40s, where the franchising concept was born, where there was a gentleman by the name of Ray Kroc who had 8 milkshake mixers, and he wanted to partner up with a person who had a hamburger joint and said, look, I'm going to put all my milkshake mixers in your hamburger joint, and hence the Golden Arches were born. Now, as you recall from what Lisa was telling you, that the average franchise is like $150,000 at a minimum, and that's just for something that might even be decent, not even good yet, right? So from there, we moved into the 50s, where we had multi-level marketing and network marketing, companies you might have heard of before, like Amway, Shackley's, Herbalife, and things. My belief is this was great back then, but marketing, because of the systems back in where they didn't have computers, is a little bit antiquated today. From there, we moved into the 60s where we had catalogs, direct mail. In the 70s where we had junk mail. In the 80s, we had infomercials and direct response. Moved into the 90s when e-commerce and the internet were just getting started. And of course, in the 2000s, we had one-to-one marketing. And in the new decade, we now have social shopping. Social shopping, what we're all about, is creating the economy of the future. So basically, we're taking social networking, things like Twitter, Facebook, and Groupon, and internet marketing, we're combining those two together. And because we're computerized on the internet, we're high-tech, high-touch, where we have the ability that we can have access anywhere that you have access to the computer and the internet, you have access to the website where you can buy things online. We have the ability to reach millions of customers, and here, check this out, we actually match people to products and products to people. So we find out what people want and need, and we get the exclusivity from manufacturers to deliver what they're looking for. So without a doubt, Market America will be to social shopping what McDonald's is to franchising, what Microsoft is to computerization. Now, before I get started in teaching you the 5 steps of how to build a successful unfranchised business, there's going to be a couple of charts and graphs, and it's going to get a little complicated. So I'd like to break it down and make it easier for you to understand with a couple of business concepts. So just listen for a moment or close your eyes and check this out. I like using real estate because real estate's easy for everyone to understand. No, we don't sell real estate yet, but it's only a matter of time. But follow me if you would. If I was the owner of a real estate agency and everybody listening to this webinar was a real estate agent working for me, would it make sense to you that every time you sold a house or a property, you would get paid a commission? Of course, I'm your employer. I'm going to make money on you and everybody else, right? But that's normal. That's employee-employer relationship. Basically, employees work, they get paid, and the employer makes money on everyone, right? So that's normal. So check out these 4 business concepts. First concept, can you imagine you selling a house or a home and everyone else in the office, without you losing a penny, they got paid? That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Second business concept, I'm your boss. I sell a house or property and you get paid on what I do. Would you encourage me as your employer to sell more houses and homes if you're going to make money off of what I do? Hello, this is not rocket science, right? Of course you would. Third business concept, here we are, I'm in New Jersey, you're wherever you are. Check this out, I open up another real estate agency anywhere we do business in the world. You have no idea what town I open up the real estate agency, but check this out, every house and home that was sold in that town, you got paid on. Now I know that sounds too good to be true, but do you like the business concept, right? Last business concept, let's go back to you selling that house or property. Can you imagine you selling that house or property and getting paid 3, 4, 5, 6 times on the same sale? That would be equivalent to working your job, ladies and gentlemen, and getting paid triple, quadruple time for doing the work once. So wouldn't you agree that you may or may not have heard of these 4 business concepts before, but you like it to say the least? And if you're shaking your head and nodding and say, yeah, what's not to like about this, right? Well, in a nutshell, that's what we do at Market America. And that's what's about to unfold. So basically, there's 5 steps before getting started in your own franchise. The first step is to apply. So what we're going to do is you're going to fill out a distributor application agreement, and it's all computerized, so you're going to be doing that online on the sign-up wizard, and you're going to decide 2 ways of getting started. So briefly, you could become a sales rep, and it costs you absolutely nothing to get started in our company. You have access to most of our products and services in our virtual mall of Market America, and you can go ahead and sell them, and you earn a nice retail profit. However, it doesn't create that ongoing residual income that my wife was mentioning to you earlier. So the second way of getting started, which most of us get started this way, is as an independent distributor. Now the subscription fee is only $129.95. And what that allows you to do is you become now an independent distributor or an unfranchised owner with the company. Your markup is anywhere, you can still buy everything at wholesale or distributor cost, but now you earn a nice retail profit of anywhere from 30 to 1,000% markup, okay? What's key here is you get to participate in something called the MPCP, or the Management Performance Compensation Plan. That's our override commission structure that lets you get paid the override commission checks when you're not working. Now what you get for your subscription kit is you get that beautiful shop.com web portal. So every independent distributor gets a web portal. So that's pretty cool, right? Where you can go ahead and shop and save money, or you can move products and make money off the website. From there, you also have your unfranchised business online account, as long as you get a career manual teaching you how to build a successful unfranchised business. You get some getting started information. They even preload an MP3 player fully loaded with over hundreds of audios teaching you how to build a successful unfranchised business, how to move with the markets and how to market the products and things like that. We also have a monthly Powerline magazine. That's our trade journal for success. So pretty much it teaches you a word from the president and CEO of our company, James R. Ridinger, what new things are brought to market, how to market those particular products. And what's really cool is there's even a recognition section within the magazine that teaches you, shows you their up-and-coming leaders. Now we have a national training and seminar system that you have access to over 3,000 to 4,000 meetings at your fingertips. So you can just look up online on the internet to find out what you're excited about, what products you're looking to get trained in. There's basic buy trainings, which pretty much teaches you the basic concepts of how to build a successful unfranchised business. And of course, you get coaching and mentoring by experienced unfranchised owners for the person who introduced you on this call. Now, the second step is to create BV, or what we call business volume. Hopefully, this makes sense to everybody. Every product or service that any business that's open, needs to move some type of volume to make money, right? Well, likewise, we're moving some products and or services to generate what we call business volume. It's a unit value or point system assigned to every exclusive Market America branded product. So what that means, and the best way I can equate it would be like frequent flyer mileage. And generally speaking, if you don't know what that is, every time you charge $1 on your credit card, you get a point, or frequent flyer mileage point. And when you save up about 20 to 25,000 miles, you get to redeem it for a free flight in the United States with blackout dates. Well, likewise, when we move products to the end consumer, Market America branded, we get BV points. So we get about 85% on the dollar. So when you accumulate this BV points from moving products to the end consumer, it's through that accumulation that we get paid the override commission checks in the form of money or cash. Now, on top of that, they introduced another thing called incentive business volume, which is IBV. Some people call it internet business volume. Some people call it incredible business volume. Basically, those are with the affiliate partners that we're associated with. So over those 3,500 affiliate stores that you're already well aware of that my wife brought up, and over 45 million products, just by shopping online and doing what you do anyhow, we get awarded anywhere from 1 to 40% in IBV points from the dollar. Now, there's no retail markup on that, but at least you're earning IBV. Now, there's multiple ways of creating business volume. Hopefully, the first thing that would make sense to you is personal use. I would suggest becoming a product of the product. Find out what floats your boat, what excites you, try out some of the products, and then that will lead you to the next step, which is pretty much retail sales, or just telling your story, you're giving your testimonial on what you liked about the particular product. We have social media. We have different avenues to help you market the Market America branded products, and I'll show you those in the upcoming slides. We have different marketing systems online through the web portal. We have printed materials. We have catalogs. We have the ability to transfer your buying habits to buy it from yourself at wholesale instead of buying from someone somewhere else and somebody else at full retail. We even have an auto ship program set up to do that as well for yourself and for your customers. And we utilize the internet marketing and one-to-one marketing strategies in building share customer. Now, building share customer means simply that. It's easier to increase what your present customers are buying from you rather than go out and get a new customer. And basically, we're going to teach you how to develop a customer base of about 10 to 15 good customers that shop from you regularly. Now, the advantage of that is it's people that you already know, and they can capitalize by earning the cash back, right? Does that make sense? But they can earn cash back from their purchases. Now, to help facilitate you through the social media mechanism, we have a tool called Shopbox, which gives you the ability to place the Market America branded products that you like into basically your own little shopping box that you can post in your Facebook on your newsfeed that people can click on to see what you recommend, what you like. And by virtue, there'll be a shopping cart that they can go ahead and check out. On top of that, they also added something called MA Network, which gives you the ability basically to have your own online presence inside Facebook that you can introduce your friends and family and coworkers and colleagues to go shopping and check out the products that we have within Market America, and they can even see the customer reviews and testimonials. Now, Market America is really leading the parade by having the mobile technology put in place that we have a mobile site set up for you. We have barcode scanning that you can scan any UPC code on a product when you're inside of the store, and it'll give you a comparison shopping off that particular product using our web portal to see what the best price is for the customer. They can even buy it online. We have cashback deals. We have online coupons. We have custom deal notifications to tell the customers when there's a price drop in a particular product that they're looking for. Now, the third step is to qualify. Oftentimes, a lot of people ask, well, how much product do I need to get started with? What do I need to get my business off the ground besides that subscription kit? And it's really simple. When you accumulate about 200 BD worth of products, so roughly speaking, that would be about $225 to $250 worth of product, then your business is now open for business, where they set up savings accounts for your BV and IBV when you become qualified. Now, I need to share with you that most of our business partners get started with at least 300 to 600 BV, and you'll see that in a few moments of why that is true. But basically, when you qualify with 200 BV, now you're set up to start accruing what's happening within your organization. Now, the great news is you only have to do these first 3 steps once, provided that you stay active in the company. Now, activity is really simple. They found out through the Direct Sales Association that the average person moves about $200 to $300 worth of product every quarter. That's every 90 days. So basically what they set up is the president and CEO said, listen, he used to be in one of those direct sales things where you needed $4,000 to $7,000 worth of product a month to make that little check. So he turned around and said, look, I want to develop a business model for the average person to create an above average income. So if the averages are $200 to $300 a quarter, let's take the bottom number. So to stay active in the company, you only need to show $200 worth of retail receipts or across 3 months. That's only $67 worth of product a month. That's like our #1 selling product, OPC3, to 1 customer per month. I mean, can you handle it? And I'm sure you agree, if you owned your own business and only sold $67 worth of product a month, you'd probably be out of business shortly thereafter, right? Well, our business model is you're in business for yourself, but you're not working by yourself. So, and we'll prove that over and over again. Matter of fact, to run your business, it's only going to run you about operating costs, about 75 cents a day. It's like 20 bucks a month. So we have something called the unfranchised management system fee that lets you manage what's going on in your organization, and you can even see your reports, and you can even optimize and increase your check, your commission checks on a weekly basis. More on that later. Now, the 4th step is to activate. So what does that mean? You're going to activate by finding 1 personally sponsored person that you're going to bring aboard as a business partner on the left of your organization and 1 on your right. So basically we have 2 distribution channels. And we have 1 on the left side of your business and we have 1 on your right. So, and you're just going to find 2 business partners that did the first 3 steps that you did, which means they became a distributor as well with the subscription kit. They're learning how to create business volume, and they qualify their business one time only with 200 BV also. And at that point, now you're all set and ready to start earning override commission checks, because the 5th step is nothing more than to teach, manage, and duplicate yourself, to run through the first 4 steps again with your business partners, okay? So as you can see what's happening here, it's going to start to unfold. Yeah, you know what? It does look like one of those things. I'm sure you would agree. And, you know, it's not folding out symmetrically, and that's okay, because this is a business plan working 8 to 15 flexible hours on a weekly basis. Sometimes some people have more time, some people have less time, across a 2 to 3 year business period. So this is not get rich quick. A lot of sweat equity up front, which means you're working hard for a little money, but then the money pays you when you're not working, and then it continually pays you, which is absolutely amazing. So what you'll see is it doesn't fold out symmetrically, and that's okay, because everybody works at their own pace, because everyone's independent of each other. Now, I know it looks like one of those things, and I couldn't agree with you more. When I was looking at this before, I was like, wow, looks like one of those things, all these boxes being drawn out, and I said, you know what, it looks like, it looks like your job, doesn't it? Because on a company org chart, if this was a company org chart, the president on the top would be the president and CEO of the company, followed by the vice presidents, upper management, lower management, supervisors, and the worker bees, they're not even listed because I don't have enough room to put it here, right? Well, it's really simple. Isn't it true that the people on the bottom do all the work and the person on top makes all the money? I mean, do you ever make more than your boss? Hello? Do you ever make more than your boss? Well, I don't think so, but in our business model, our goal is to make sure that anyone in your business, including yourself, can make more than the person who introduced you. Matter of fact, you can make a lot more. It's our goal to make sure that you make more than them. But let me ask you a question. You only need 2 business partners to get your business rocking and rolling. Well, what if you knew a 3rd person who was interested? Well, let's educate you really quick on multi-level marketing. Multi-level marketing is, if you're looking at this diagram, if this was MLM, those companies that we mentioned before, basically they get paid on multiple levels. So on the front line of Tom and Sue, you would get 25% of everything they do, followed by the next line, 15%, 10, 5. By the time you got to the bottom, you only get like a small percentage point, if anything. So would it make sense to everybody, if you had a 3rd person who was interested, you would probably place them on the line with Tom and Sue, because you would want to capitalize and earn 25% if this had been in multi-level marketing. But the cool part about us is we're a binary structure, which means we get 100% of 100% of what everybody else does in your business, including yourself, plus you only need 2. Binaries, bi is 2, right? So if there was a third person who was interested, we allow you, maybe it's Matt, we'll let you put Matt underneath Dr. Jones. Now, why would you do that? Because if you're getting 100% of what Matt does anyhow, then would it make sense to you that everything that Matt does is going to flow up to Dr. Jones and then to Chris and then back to Tom and back to you anyhow? So isn't that cool that the work that's being done at the bottom benefits everybody at the top? Now, it's really simple. A lot of people ask, well, how's BV work? How does that accumulate in everyone's banks? Well, it's really simple. We searched infinitely deep, and we look at and we add up all the business volume that's generated throughout the week, and we store it in everybody's left or right bank depending on who they're connected with. So if you see Ashley here, for instance, whatever volume is put on her or generated, what happens is that volume can go to Travis, to Chris, to Tom, and back to you. So everybody gets 100% credit in points of BV or IBV of what everybody else does. So if you look on the right, James, that BV flows up to Frank's left bank, to Ann and Ben's left bank, to Sue's right bank, and back to your right bank. So everybody gets 100% credit of what everybody else does. That's pretty cool, right? And plus we search infinitely deep. Now if you want to understand what infinite means, that means there's no end. So we go all the way to the bottom, irrespective of levels. We don't have any levels in this business. Okay, so we go all the way to the bottom, we find out what everyone has, and we add it up and store it in everyone's banks. Now listen, they added one more neat feature that I love, okay, which is this. Well, what if you do, remember your minimum, so you only have to show $67 worth of product sales on a monthly basis pretty much to stay active. Well, what if you do more than that? What do you do? Well, in multi-level marketing, that doesn't even happen because whatever you do doesn't help anyone else. It only works, if you understand multi-level marketing, it only works bottom up. But in our business model, let's just say you have an order of 400 BV to place. Well, the president and CEO said this, if we already agree that whatever your business partners do, you get 100% off. Whatever you do, you get 100% off. So they allow you, check this out, to place the order, drop ship straight to your customers. You earn the retail profit, but they let you place the 400 BV points from the products to the lowest person that you personally brought aboard. So remember Matt? You can place the BV on Matt, and that BV will flow up to Dr. Jones at 400, 400 to Chris, 400 to Tom, 400 back to you. Oh my gosh. They just got paid for you making the sale. Remember the business concepts. I was your employer. I made the sale, and you got paid. So you see how that example rolls out on this? It's absolutely unbelievable. So everybody gets 100% of 100%, which is really pretty cool. Now, that original real estate example or multi-level marketing or your job, that represents something called horizontal marketing. So we don't want to cover too much, but basically, in a nutshell, there's a lot of competition going on. Everyone's, free-for-all. They're all fighting, for territory restrictions. They have all kinds of challenges, and everyone's got different, it might be broken down as an insurance company or franchise where it's broken down to regions or districts or locals and things like that where you're creating competition and territory restrictions, and everyone's competing with one another. So everyone pretty much is in it for themselves. So what our business model did was we actually stacked it and made a vertical structure that you can see here. And what's really cool about the vertical structure is it creates what we call an economic synergy, where we stack everyone under 2 distribution channels, and everybody gets 100% credit of what everybody else does. So if you see in the diagram with the arrows, what's happening is that all that business volume is flowing up to everybody else. But what's really nice about that is the fact that if you notice, you're at the bottom again. So based on your own effort, you can help everyone else out. But more importantly, you appear again twice underneath your first one, which means it implies that you can own multiple businesses. Okay? Now, you're probably asking at this point, oh, show me money. Show me the money. How do I get paid? Well, it's really simple. I'm going to paraphrase this really simple. I'm going to give you a Cliff Notes versions. If you choose to work this business, it can work for you. If you don't, it won't. Moving right along, it's really simple. Here's how we get paid. Every single week, remember what I was telling you about before, we search infinitely deep in your organization. And what we're doing is we're adding up all the business volume that's generated in everyone's business, including your own. Now, what we're talking about is right now is each box that you see on the diagram is a business partner, and they own their own business, and everyone gets paid the same way, just maybe working at different speeds on however fast they're working. So when your BV savings bank accumulates 1,200 BV on the left and 1,200 BV on the right, Market America will cut you a $300 commission check. It's the smallest check you can earn above and beyond your retail sales. Likewise, the same thing happens with the IBV that you see in the greenish banks. So when you accumulate 1,200 IBV on the left and right, you'll see a $300 commission check for IBV. Now, if you notice, we just incremented another 1,200 BV on the left and right of your banks, and or same with the IBV, your choice, because when you reach those accumulation levels, which is just another increment of 1,200 BV on the left and 1,200 BV on the right, or likewise for IBV, you'll see another $300 commission check in BV and or IBV, which is pretty cool. The next threshold that they're looking for is when you accumulate another 1,200 BV on both sides or IBV on both sides, you'll see a $300 commission check in BV and or you'll see a $300 check in IBV, depending on which one of the banks when you reach 3,600, collectively on whether it be IBV or 3,600 BV on the left and right for BV, right? So the last level you probably expect, 4,800, there's a pattern for you. But what the company did was they make you do a little bit more work. So what happens is they change the last threshold to reach 5,000 BV on the left and 5,000 BV on the right. So the cool part is by doing a little bit more work, you get paid double the amount. So you'll get a $600 BV commission check when you achieve 5,000 BV on the left and 5,000 BV on the right. And you'll also see a $600 IBV commission check when you see 5,000 IBV on the left and 5,000 IBV on the right. Now that would close out your commission cycle at $3,000, okay, for that business development center for the commission cycle. $1,500 in IBV and $1,500 in IBV. Okay. Now the average person takes the cycle through that BV about 6 to 7 months. So that's about $250 a month. That's nothing to sneeze at, right? At that point, when your banks reach 5,000 on the left and 5,000 on the right, notice how nobody else's banks are wiped out because they're busy accumulating on their own as well, independent of you. What happens is then you'll start at zero again, and then you'll run through the cycle. Now, if it took you 6 months the first time and you went behind the ears and you didn't know what you're doing and you didn't have a customer base, well, it makes sense to you that the second time around it should take you maybe 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week. It gets to the point, ladies and gentlemen, every single week when 5,000 BV comes up on the left and 5,000 BV comes up on the right, you're going to see $1,500 worth of checks every single week. That's $78,000. And likewise, the same thing will progressively happen for IBV. So that's $3,000 potential a week per business development center that you own. Now, you're probably thinking, wow, that's pretty nice. So if you like what you hear so far, it gets better than that. What they did was they introduced a bonus into it. And this is how it works in a nutshell. When a business on the left, Tom, maybe you personally brought him on board, reaches 5,000 BV on the left and 5,000 BV on the right on a given Friday, let's just say, any upcoming Friday, as well as you reaching 5,000 BV on the left and 5,000 BV on the right, where remember everyone earns that last $600 check, and Ann and Ben, who you might not even know, reach 5,000 BV on the left and right as well. So somebody on the left and somebody on the right and yourself reach that last threshold in the same week on a Friday, Market America will reward you with a $600 management bonus. That's pretty cool. Now, consistently, more and more often, there will be a business on the left and a business on the right, and you consistently going through that on a weekly basis. That's like a $30,000 increase. That's pretty cool, isn't it? It's absolutely amazing on what you can do with that. Matter of fact, like I was sharing with you before, how you can optimize your check. Since this is all computerized and you see what's going on, would it make sense to you that if you saw in one given week that Tom was over and you were over, meaning everyone's you're on the verge of earning that commission check, and Anna and Ben were a little bit short on the right, and you had a business partner underneath them, would it make sense to you that you would place a small dinky order of BV to put Ann and Ben over to 5 and 5? Now, why would you do that? Now, unless you told Ann and Ben that, hey, come Monday morning, they're going to see a $600 check for going over 5,000, 5,000. They didn't do anything for it, right? They got in your way to make money. But what's even more impressive is the fact that you earn a $600 management check for doing so. So I hope you can appreciate how cool that is. Now, if you like that, they take it to another step afterwards. Now, earning potential on a given business development center is $3,600 a week. That's $187,000 a year, right? If you want to earn more income, this is how you do it. After you've cleared the commission cycle on a given business development center that you own personally and earn $1,500, check this out. They'd let you open up another business. Now, there are rules governing how you open it and where you open it, but basically, you can place it anywhere within your organization. Now, this is how it works. You have to place it under somebody that you're connected with. So you decide it's your business. You want to put it under Travis. So You've already applied. You don't have to do that again. Obviously, you know how to create business volumes. That's how you earn the second reentry or second income center. And what you have to do is you have to qualify this one time only with 200 BEB so its banks can open, right? And you find 2 more business partners, which should be relatively easy. Maybe it's Bob and Alex, now that you're earning more money. Now, I hope you agree that everything you do when you're moving products, I would give Bob and Alex credit for the sale. Why? Because that BED is going to flow to them, credit you on your second business, go to Travis, to Chris, Tom, and back to you at the rate of 100%. So if you see what's going on, there's another $3,600 potential on the plate for you on your second business that you own. So you get to actually leverage yourself. And when you're done earning $1,500 in your second one, it allows you to open up another one for the sake of illustration. We didn't have enough room on the left, so we stuck it on the right. So you can open up your third. I mean, the amount of income centers that you can own is limitless, right? Because each time you earn $1,500 or go through the commission cycle in BD on a new business development center, they let you open up another business, right, and reinvent yourself. Now, follow me on this if you're looking at this diagram. If Market America was a company org chart, would it make sense to you that here you are, the president and CEO at the top of the company, right? But all these people who are independent business owners in Market America in a company org chart, technically they work for you, don't they? So, because they would be your president, CEOs, and your vice presidents, supervisors, upper management work with these, right? But here you are, you open up another business underneath them. So technically on an org chart, though, you're working for them. So let's get something straight. If they're working for you and you're working for them, who's working for who? See, what I think is really cool about this business that I've never seen before is that when was the last time your boss worked for you for free? It's unheard of. But the person at the top can be the person at the bottom, right? So that's amazing to me, because maybe you're that superstar who says, you know what, I know everybody. I'm the super networker. Well, you know what's really cool about that? Take all the extra people you know and place them under everyone you do know, or even who people you don't know. Or maybe you're that individual who's really cocky and says, you know what, I can sell ice to Eskimos. Fantastic. Take all your product sales, place it to the lowest point, and help all your business partners get paid. This is making sense to everybody? I hope so, because it makes sense to me. Now, if you see what's going on here, you had to wait to earn $1,500 to open up your second business and your third business, and you needed 2 new business partners each time. So that was 6 business partners to run 3 business centers. Now, that's a good earning potential, okay, because you can earn $10,800, which is well over $500,000, right? But what they let you do is they let you open up something called the Master Unfranchised, which is 3 business development centers up front. Now, it's still, the sub-kit is still only $129.95, but to open up 3, they just have to qualify with a minimum of 200 BB on your first business and a minimum of at least 50 BB on the 2 and the 3. Now, if you really want to go gung-ho, you want to qualify all 3 businesses with a total of 600 BB, so all your banks for all the business can open at once. But see where the true leverage is on this. When Tom gets started, he's building this half of the left of your 2 and the left of the 1, just like before when we showed you on earlier diagrams. And when Sue gets started, she's building the right of your 3, and the 1 starts making money just like before, right? So if it took 2 to 3 years to get Tom and Sue, where your 1 is now consistently earning $3,600 a week, when it makes sense that you have over 5,000 BV and IBV coming up on both the left and the right of your 1, but more importantly, the left of your 2 has that same amount coming up, and so does the right of the 3. So by the time you start a third leg, it should take you half the time, and likewise with the 4th leg. So it's like, if you see this diagram, building your 2 as 1 business and your 3 as a second business, and the 1 makes money, so it's a bonus. It's like double the work, triple the pay. Do you see that leverage? It's absolutely powerful. It's not, we didn't even talk about your reentries and extra businesses that you can open up, right? So the earning potential is still well over $500,000. So in a recap, it's really simple. Let's cover this. You get cash back in retail profit right off the bat as a customer referring a customer, and you're earning retail profit by moving Market America branded products. We have volume search to infinity, and we have the volume accrual week to week, month to month, because we don't have it in the month, which is actually really powerful. We have volume placement, which gives you the ability to place business volume to the lowest point on somebody you personally brought aboard. That's pretty neat to me. And we have unlimited income potential through the reentry, because you can own as many businesses as you want. It's limitless, like I told you guys before. We have an entire turnkey system put together for your unfranchised. Starting from the product brokerage that my wife mentioned to you, we have a training and support system. We have an internet marketing team for you. We have social shopping and one-to-one marketing integrated within, okay, and the tools put in with you. And look at this. We've had over 76 consecutive quarters of growth. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know of any company that can boast the fact of having those type of numbers, but more importantly, look at how much they paid out to the field. It's absolutely amazing. They paid out over $2 billion to the field through retail sales and commissions alone. That's pretty amazing. Now, there's 3 guarantees. If you never look for anything, you're never going to find anything. Isn't that true? And if you don't try anything, nothing's ever going to change. And by the way, if you can't do this one, you can't do any of them. Because the other ones, in my opinion, are more challenging and difficult. But before you decide, ask yourself, look, are you happy with your current financial situation? 5 years ago from today, right, and to where you are today, are you where you thought you would be? And if you think 5 years out, are you going to be where you want to be? And do you have enough free time and do you have enough money, or for that matter, are you even ready for retirement? But aside from retirement, I don't even think people are thinking about retirement. They're just thinking, do I have a job in the next couple of years or whatever have you? And get your questions answered. Please get with the person who invited you on this webinar to get your questions answered. Do your due diligence. Try some of our Market America branded products. See for yourself what products work for you, what excites you. And then at the same time, visit your web portal. Visit the web portal, the person who invited you, and become a preferred customer. Hey, look, it doesn't cost you anything to be a customer, and you can start shopping and earn cash back and refer people and earn more money. Isn't that great? And start a trial run, and you know what? Why not get started? Right? Isn't that true? Now, how do you rate yourself? As a 1, you know what? Let me register as a preferred customer, start earning some cash back, let me try some of your products out. Or maybe 2, you know what? Some of this that I watched today is pretty interesting. It interests me, right? There's a lot of stuff going on there. So what's my next step? And book an appointment with the person who invited you on this call, please. And by the way, if you get a little confused, just go back to the 4 business concepts that I mentioned to you earlier in the program and say, listen, did we agree that the 4 business concepts were absolutely amazing, something you may or may not have heard before, but you like? And if the answer is yes, then please get with the person who invited you here and let them run it through with you again. Hey, listen, I'm not expecting you to understand everything that's going on, but there's a lot of stuff going on, okay? But please get with the person and get your questions answered. Or maybe the 3rd thing is, I'm ready to get started. I'm excited. I want to get started with my own Market America and Shop.com business. What do I need? What are the next steps I have to do? And my next step for you is get with the person who invited you. Find out when the next local or big event is that you can get educated, and make sure that you plug yourself into it and go. Listen, you can, whether you are a Market America distributor or not, you can still plug into the program and check out our seminars and training systems so that you can see for yourself if it's good, if it's a good fit. Now, here's one more thing before I close out. We introduced a Fast Start program. Now, I don't know how long this is going to be, but they found out because of the economy and other people's concerns that they don't know exactly what to get started with. We took the best products and we put them into a small package. And we're giving you 300 BB, so you can get started with remember the 300 BB where you get started with a master unfranchise and open up 3 businesses? We're giving you to all at once. Remember that UFMS, which is only $20 a month, and the subscription fee, which is only $129.95? We're giving you 2 months of UFMS. We're giving you free shipping. We're giving you the subscription kit. We're giving you business support material. We're giving you everything, plus some of the products, for only $399 plus tax, if that's applicable. Now, what's really powerful about this, if you don't realize, is you're getting about $600 to $700 worth of products and business support material to launch your business, and it's only running you $399. And you're getting 300 BB. I can't think of a better and smarter way for those people who are vacillating and they're on the fence and they don't know what to get started with. Get started with this. So once again, my name is Yardley Wang, and my wife is Lisa Lieberman-Wang, and I hope you got some information of what you're looking for. And if you didn't get a chance, listen, please get with the person who invited you here one more time to follow up with them. Do your due diligence. See if this is a fit for you. And I promise you, this is an amazing business model that you will not regret trying out after doing your investigation. And we look forward to seeing you soon. And thank you very much, guys, and take care.